In a previous tutorial, we've looked at Mendeleev's periodic table. Quite often in science, you'll be asked to compare Mendeleev's periodic table version with the modern periodic table. So that's what we're going to do today. And we need to remind ourselves that Mendeleev left gaps in his table to place elements that weren't known at the time. So here's an example of some of the gaps left by Mendeleev because they weren't discovered at all at the time. But what he did do is he looked at the chemical properties and the physical properties of the elements next to the ones where the gaps were, and he used that information to predict properties of the undiscovered elements. So, for example, Mendeleev predicted the existence of something called eka silicon, which would fit into a gap next to silicon. And later renamed, not eka silicon anymore, the element germanium was discovered, and its properties were very similar to what Mendeleev had predicted. He had something called pair reversals. So iodine has a lower relative atomic mass than tellurium. So in Mendeleev's original table, iodine was placed before tellurium because at the time they'd only got relative atomic mass to work on. But it bugged Mendeleev this, and he noticed that iodine's properties were much more like chlorine and bromine. He swapped them round. So he lined them up with chlorine and bromine in his table, and he ended up swapping iodine and tellurium. And the thing is, at the time, Mendeleev wasn't aware, and scientists weren't aware at the time, of isotopes, which are different versions of an atom with different number of neutrons. But what was known at the time was tellurium had a greater mass than iodine. So obviously became after iodine. But when isotopes and the subatomic particles like the protons were discovered, iodine actually has one more proton than tellurium. So Mendeleev's decision to swap them round was absolutely correct. And if we look here, we now know that tellurium has an atomic number of 52, even though its mass is 128. But it comes before iodine with an atomic number of 53, but a much less mass of 127. So it's very important that we have this background on Mendeleev. And this is how we will look at the Mendeleev table and the modern table. So what you would need to do is bullet point everything that Mendeleev did and everything that the modern periodic table shows us. And that way you can look at what's similar and you can look at what's different, and you'll be able to compare them. So Mendeleev ordered them in increasing atomic mass. The modern periodic table is increasing atomic number. Mendeleev noticed that chemical properties of the elements and their compounds showed a periodic trend, so they changed every so often. The modern periodic table is arranged in rows called periods with increasing atomic number. And at the end of a period, a new shell is formed, so it is a different property. Mendeleev arranged those with similar chemical properties below each other into groups. And today, our modern periodic table has vertical columns that we call groups. And again, those elements have similar chemical properties and their compounds have similar properties. Mendeleev had to make changes to make his classification work. He left gaps for yet to be discovered elements, and he switched the order of a few elements to keep the groups with the properties consistent. So the very famous example is the tellurium and iodine swap. Okay. And in the modern periodic table, we've benefited from these swaps. So Mendeleev's pair reversal was proved to be correct once isotopes were discovered. And we can also say that all the metals are on the left-hand side of the modern periodic table, and all the non-metals are on the right-hand side of the modern periodic table.